Everybody wants to be a leader from the stage, and everybody wants to have position, everybody wants to have influence, and everybody wants to be known as that guy or that girl. The problem is that we don't usually see how most people who achieve that get to that point. It's not like they just rise up because they're a great speaker, or rise up because they're good looking, or have good social media, or dress really well. Those are often things we associate with people that we want to be like as young leaders. But the fact is, it's not like that was just given to them. Often it's said that the people who rise to the highest point and have the most responsibility are the people that did the most with the little things first. And we all like to say that, but how do we actually practice that day to day? I don't know if you've ever looked at your credit, or if you've had good credit or bad credit. I know that from my own experience, if you don't pay a couple of bills when you're younger, it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter how trustworthy you really should be on your next bill because you've learned your lesson. You gotta build that credit up slowly over time. There's no grand activity you can do to pay it off. It's not like you can go to a class for a weekend on financial planning and the banks are like, yeah, this guy gets it, he's safe. It takes a long time of building trust with organizations for you to be able to get a loan ever again. And it's a lot like that when we're trying to build influence in an organization, whether that's in your church or in your workplace, whatever that is. Leaders take time to build that sort of accountability. They take time with the small little things, constantly proving that they're better and better at managing and at stewarding those things. For me, I ended up my time at a church being in charge of the Sunday morning atmosphere and experience, building renovations and building enhancement, youth and next gen, young adults programming. I started off just doing youth and a little bit of young adults, but what it took for me was years of wanting to prove myself. I didn't always do it right, but every time I messed up, I made sure that I apologized and I tweaked my attitude and I tweaked what I did with that. And the attitude that comes from guys my age and some of our younger leaders is that we want everything right away. We want to be trusted. We want to have an influence on Sunday morning. And lead pastors should be getting influence from young leaders because we need to be able to reach a younger and younger demographic, absolutely. But until you've built the change in your pocket with your leader, the chances are he's not going to totally trust you. You have to remember that's not a shot at you. Sunday morning and the church and the overall experience of what we do in a church environment, that's their baby, that's their heart, their soul has been put into that. And they're going to be protective, and rightfully so, of what the creativity and what the different management of that is. So for you to just decide, I need that, I deserve that, that's just a little bit presumptuous. What you need to do is realize that you need to take your lumps, take your bumps, not that you should be disrespected, but you need to prove in the little things that you're given that you can be trusted with the big things. A couple good ideas would be, are you showing up on time to your staff meetings? Are you 5 minutes early to every staff meeting? If you're late, do you make a point of it, even if you're 1 minute late, to say sorry or send a text message, I'm going to be a few minutes late, to show that you care enough about these little things and that you don't just take them for granted. Another idea that you could be doing is make sure you take notes in meetings with your senior leaders. I know that not everything applies to you, but the fact is if I'm sitting there even in my position and somebody who's on my team is just sitting there on their phone, it doesn't look like they're engaged, or they're not even taking notes, there's no way you're remembering this hour-long meeting of information. Please, at least show that you're taking notes. And I know you can be on your phone taking notes. That can be misconceived too though, because it might look like you're texting. It's not right, but you need to be aware of what you're letting on or what you're projecting even, what misconceptions your actions might have. Make sure you look at people when they're talking. Make sure that you're paying attention and you're showing interest in other ideas that aren't just your own. Pull out a pen and paper and ask for clarification on things. This isn't just virtue signaling. This isn't just trying to put on a show to make it sound, yeah, no, tell me that again. That's a good line. Yeah, let me tweet that. No, you're not making up garbage and being fake. But the fact is, it's good to be engaged. And then when it comes your time to shine, when it comes your chance to maybe you just start off doing the announcements on a Sunday, something that for most people is like, if you've been preaching for a while, a lot of pastors, just a little thing, but if it's your first time doing it, practice it in the mirror. Be the best at everything that's given to you. Don't just be like, it's only announcements. Practice it 4 times. If you got a joke, make sure it's a good one. But make sure that you've done the timing on it. In everything you do and every little thing you're given by your lead, show stewardship of it by showing that you care enough to put your whole heart into it. And if that attitude and that is replicated time after time after time, you build a foundation of trust. And the longer you're in the organization, there's going to be more opportunity coming your way. And if you're showing that you're good with the little things, you're going to find yourself getting opportunity because you've proven that you can be trusted with the big things as well.